Dr. Vikki Petersen here. I have kind of a fun grassroots movement I would like to get going. I had the pleasure recently of traveling outside the country, something I haven't done in a very long time. Actually, not since I found out I was gluten sensitive, so we're going back a couple of decades. Anyway, I was very surprised and a little jealous to realize that in other countries, Italy and Turkey, believe it or not, as two examples, are very, very aware of gluten sensitivity and general problems with gluten. Getting gluten-free pasta, getting gluten-free bread was very, very simple, and more often than not, they had it in-house at restaurants, hotels, etc. So, as I said, that little feeling of jealousy aside, of perhaps not living in a country that has that awareness, let's put that aside and create that awareness in this country. So, here's my suggestion, is that when you go to a restaurant, you ask for gluten-free bread. So you have to practice this a little bit and make sure you're saying it with a straight face and not apologetically, but I'm actually serious here. Ask for gluten-free bread, and you have to be willing to educate a little bit and let them know that you're gluten sensitive. If you're celiac, that's fine, whatever you want to call it. But in general, if we call it gluten intolerance or gluten sensitivity, what we're actually saying, and what I'd like to begin educating our country about, is the fact that minimally 30 to 40% of our population is intolerant to gluten. And if those of us who are ask and request, enlighten, and educate our community, we will see what we need more and more, which is that we can go out and we can get what we want. We can have a social experience, not worrying about what we're receiving. Now, there are already some restaurants in the United States, P.F. Chang's. I recently heard that the Cheesecake Factory is, I believe this month, June, coming out with a gluten-free menu. There's certainly bakeries and things like that, but as far as chains of restaurants that are gluten aware, certainly there's not a lot of them. Outback Steakhouse is another one I can think of, and certainly the numbers are increasing. But wouldn't it be great to be able to just sit down and not even that I'm promoting you should eat a lot of bread before dinner, that's really not the point, but the fact that it's there if you have children and you want them to have a little something because they're absolutely famished, that's the point. The awareness, the fact that this is not a rare condition, that a lot of people are suffering. And the facts are that every time you go out, every conversation like that you have, you will no doubt be helping that wait person or that manager of a restaurant. The odds of you enlightening someone who personally needs this information is very high. So you can think about it that way. Don't at all feel selfish. Realize that you're going to be helping someone just by having that conversation. And I think in a few years we'll look back and really see a change from this. So please feel free to join me in my grassroots movement. I think it will not be hard to do. It'll be a lot of fun, and we can look back and say, I helped. All right? So thank you so much for your time, and until next time, I wish you very good health.